Hello and welcome to another special edition of 409 Sports X's and O's, and it's a special edition without Mike Canizales. He has the night off. I know Coach Smalley's already asked about him, missing him already. Coach Smalley from the Orangefield Bobcats. Clayson Choate, the man of the hour, the state player of the week, built Ford Tough Class 3A player of the week. We're going to get into more details about that, but how's that feel just have that next to your name right now?
It feels really good. Definitely not letting it go to my head, but it feels amazing. Okay,
that's a good answer, especially with your coach right next to you. Coach, your team's off to a 5-0 start for the first time since 1988, and we were discussing it. He wasn't even born yet.
That's correct.
Because if he was born, then he's illegal, and we're going to turn you in. But right now, what is working for y'all? I mean, when we talked to you last time, you had just played a very overmatched KIPP team. But things have gotten a little tougher, but you're still winning games.
Yeah, the schedule's gotten a little tougher. We knew that was going to happen. But as far as the things that are working, I think it's just been we haven't turned the ball over very much, which has been good. Defense is running to the football and tackling well. Our belief in never give up, that kind of stuff, the tough people only motto that we've gotten into, all that work we put in off season in the summer, it's showing itself and it's paid off for us so far. But we got a long ways to go. You know, we're happy about 5-0, but we're really just more concerned about this week trying to go 1-0 against a good East Chambers team.
Clayson, talking a little bit about East Chambers, okay? Now, we've also said no bulletin board material. It's a big game coming up.
Yes, sir.
But what are you expecting when EC, rolls into town?
We're expecting a good team, no doubt. But, I mean, if we do like what we're supposed to do, we should be able to get things done. But we're expecting a hard fight no matter what.
What is the biggest difference? I mean, you're part of last year's team. What has been the biggest difference from last year to this year? And now, these wins are piling up for you.
Yeah, it's just kind of the attitude of the team. Like, everybody wants to be out there. And it's kind of like the TPO at the tough people only. Like, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. We want the people who want to play to be there.
All right, Coach, TPO. It's been brought up, Over at Westbrook, it's BGOE. Over here at Orangefield, TPO. Where did that come from?
Well, believe it or not, I can read, and I read a book over the summer, and his motto, the guy that wrote the book's motto was "Tough people win," and I thought, man, I really like that, but I don't want to steal it, and just be tough people win. It's TPW, so we wanted TPO, and it just kind of matches our community, the kind of people we have, blue collar, hardworking people in the community, and that's the kind of kids we want. We feel like you can win football games with tough people. You don't have to be the fastest or the strongest, but you can be the toughest and win. And you can win in life just being tough, because you're going to get hit with adversity. You're going to get hit with tough things you got to battle through. And so kind of the motto we came up with, we went through it through off season, and we lost some kids. I told you that. There's some kids that didn't want to buy into what we were doing. And but the ones that stayed and the ones that made it through it, it's really paying off for them. We're glad to have them, and it's paid off for us so far.
And it's convenient that Orangefield O fits right into that TPO, correct?
I don't want to act like I'm a genius or anything. But if you want to say it, that's fine.
Talk a little bit about Coach Smalley is one of our favorite coaches in the area. I mean, he just says it like it is. He's pretty funny. He's a member of the slot team mafia. I don't know if you heard that. What's it like?
Shh, don't talk about it.
What's it like playing for Coach Smalley?
It's a great thing. He holds us accountable. That's a big thing for us. He doesn't give us any space to make excuses. He expects a lot out of us, and we have to hold up to our standards. Like, he holds us to higher standards. So.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No, sir, not at all.
No, but slot team mafia, you're trying to quiet me again.
Man. That's not something you talk about.
How many slot team mafia teams are undefeated in the state right now, though?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I listened to Coach Matthews on here, and he schooled me after y'all got done talking to him. He called me on the phone and said I gave up too much information. So I had my hand slapped by the Godfathers, the leaders, and so I've been sworn to secrecy, and it is what it is. But I did send you the picture of the car.
You have a card.
Card carrying member still. Card. I've got the picture of the state championship game where the Liberty Hill car had slot team mafia passing this for sissies on the back of it. So it does exist, but I'm really not allowed to talk about it.
Okay. Now you're on the defensive side and the special team side. How's it feel to see that offense when it's working, the slot team?
It's an amazing feeling. It just kind of means everything's going right for us. And if they're out there, that means the defense was getting stuff done. So it's a good feeling to see things going right for them too.
Now, despite not throwing the ball, y'all are one of the highest scoring teams in our area. Week in and week out, y'all are piling up the points. What do you attribute that to, Coach?
Well, it's, you can't turn the ball over. Obviously, you can't lose possessions. You got to take advantage of every possession you have in the game. I credit a lot to our defense as well. The defense is getting turnovers for us and putting us in good positions. And as this guy proved the other night against Kirbyville, we're scoring on special teams as well. So it's not all the offense that's putting up the points. It's a combination of all three phases with special team and defense helping us out as well.
Now, last Friday was very unusual in our area. I say unusual, it seems like it's every week now. We've had weather issues. And for yourself, Clayson, as a player, when you're amped up and you're going out there and all of a sudden you get it just shut down, how tough is it to get out of the locker room and get back up again?
Yeah, it's a big obstacle to overcome. I mean, when I went to the locker room, I wouldn't sit down. I just kept walking around the whole entire time, just trying to keep my blood flowing. Like, I didn't want to sit down and get tired, so I'd stay moving the whole time.
Stay moving, right? Is that what you're trying to tell the kids too?
Well, we just wanted to make sure that we just kept reminding them to stay focused, and all we can do is handle the situation. We're not in charge of the weather. There's going to be bad things that happen, but you can't control how you adapt to it or how you overcome it. We brought the motto "Tough people only" up. Tough people will overcome this. The toughest team's going to win and overcome this situation. And glad when we came out third quarter, we just kind of started piggybacking off the end of the second quarter, just kept things rolling.
Now, the way the standing is very early on in district right now, but the way the standings are kind of falling, this East Chambers Orangefield game could decide district. We know one game at a time. We know what you're going to say.
Yes, sir.
But how fired up are you for this Friday's matchup?
Oh, I'm amped up. I'm looking forward to it big time. Yeah, no doubt.
What do you think the keys are to knock off EC?
Our offense has to come out and no turnovers. We can't have any turnovers. And then our defense has to come out and make tackles. We have to make every tackle. Like, we can't miss tackles.
You've looked at them a little bit this week, I'm sure.
Tad.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad,
just a little bit. And the offense has changed up a little bit with a different quarterback back there after they had an injury against Hampshire Finette. They're still explosive. They can still pile up some points. And they're playing some pretty good defense this year, too. What do you see out of Coach Sutherland's team?
First of all, he's a great coach, and his staff. He's got a staff full of great coaches. The quarterback, the Smith kid. I don't know him personally, but everybody I've talked to spoke real highly of him as far as what kind of human being he is. Not just an athlete, but he's a great person. So I don't want to see our kids have an injury like that. I don't want to see anybody's kids have an injury like that. So I feel bad for him. The young man that has stepped in for him is a freshman, but he's not playing like a freshman. Every game he's getting more and more experience, and he's athletic, can run, can throw the balls well. They might have one of the best tandem 1-2 running backs in the area, with the Ernest Caesar and the Sheldon kid, and they're extremely fast. It's hard to prepare for because we don't have that kind of speed at practice to put out there and try to simulate, and then defensively they're playing with confidence. You can kind of tell on film when teams are playing with confidence and they've kind of got that, but swagger. And that kind of they get after it. They run the ball well. They're well coached. You're not going to trick them, So I've been very impressed with watching them on film. It'll be a huge challenge for us Friday night. There's no doubt about it. But I feel like it's going to be a good football game. If our kids will go out there and compete like we expect them to and get after it, and tackling's key. They got big play capability. One of them's averaging 11 yards a carry. The other one's averaging like 13 yards a carry. So, that tells you right there they've got the ability to go the distance on any play. So we can't get out of our gaps. We've got to stay in our lanes. We've got a chance to tackle them. We've got to get them to the ground.
Out of your defensive back position, what do you have to do to contain that 1-2 tandem, that monster that's back there, a two-headed monster of Shelvin and Caesar?
Yes, sir. I have to come downhill and make tackles. And not only just me, it's just if we have a chance to make a tackle, we have to make a tackle. If we give them too many opportunities, they're going to make us pay for it. So we have to make tackles when we can.
Have you been telling yourself that over and over?
Yes, sir.
Make tackles, make tackles,
Yes, sir.
make tackles, right? How do you sleep during a week like this? When it's a big game, I mean, come on, you've got to be thinking about this a little more than maybe just the normal game every other week.
Yeah, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just going over things in my head. And then eventually, I can't go to sleep, so I'll have to get up and go get me something to eat, and then just try to clear my head, and I'll try to go back to sleep from there. But I think about it a lot.
Do you know he's not getting any sleep this week now?
He's watching film. I tell you, if you wake up at midnight, just get on Huddle and watch some film.
Huddle all night long, right?
Why not?
All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about Huddle and what you did last week. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk a little bit more about Clayson Choate, the Built for Tough Texas High School Player of the Week. We're here with royalty this week. That's coming up after the break. And welcome back to 409 Sports X's and O's. We are here with head coach Josh Smalley of the Orangefield Bobcats and Clayson Choate, also of the Orangefield Bobcats, and also the Texas High School Football Player of the Week. Now, I'm a member of the board, and when Coach sent me over those numbers, I was like, well, we got to get him in there. But it's not just me voting for it. It's 13 of us across the state. When you found out that you earned the honor for Class 3A, what went through your head?
I mean, it was kind of a big deal. Like I wasn't really expecting anything like during the game. I was just playing my game. Like I wasn't trying to keep track of stats or anything. I was trying to win the game for our team. And it was a big surprise. Like I was happy. I was honored to get it. Yes, sir.
Coach, you said you were a little emotional when you heard about it.
I didn't realize everything that's involved in the award. You know, the banquet they give these kids, and they fly them up there and give them hotel rooms, and they make a big deal out of it. It's the first time I've had experience with it as a head coach. So I see what he does every day. I see how hard he works every day. You know, it's week 7 of the season. Nobody's 100%. Everybody's got bangs and bruises on them, and he still lifts weight. He never misses a reps. He runs full speed every time in practice. He works hard. So when you see the effort and the stuff they put into it to get an award like that, you know, and you care about him the way you do, he does get a little emotional. You're proud of him. You're happy for him, and it's a good thing.
Not because you're softer, because you're a grandpa now, right?
It has softened me a lot. I will say that.
When did you realize that something special was going on? I know you said you weren't keeping track of your stats, but I mean, come on, you just have to be feeling it.
It's just after I was making a play or something, everybody started running up to me. And like on the sideline, all the players started saying stuff to me. And through my head, I thought I was just playing a game. But then I started realizing I was having a really good game after everybody started saying stuff to me.
And when you look at it, when you have to think about how many teams there are, and all of Class 3A in the entire state, and you're the one. I mean, has that sunk in yet?
Not really, no. I mean, I couldn't have done it without my teammates, though. Like, if you were to go back and watch the film, there was big blocks in every single play I made. So. Good
answers. How would you describe him? I mean, sometimes we have these great athletes, but they might be a little bit of a knucklehead. He doesn't seem that way, though.
No, I mean, he's a coach's dream. He's why you do what you do. When you get a kid like Clayson that is selfless, you know, is a sacrifice, will do anything for the team. He literally does anything. Like, he's played quarterback with us, he's played tailback for us, he's played secondary for us, he's on every special team we have. I don't think he's the holder on extra point and field goals sometimes for us. When you get a kid like that who is selfless, who will sacrifice for the team, who will do anything you ask to do and does it with a great attitude, is hardworking. He's a great kid in the community. He spent a lot of time with our Little League football program this year. So after we'll get done with practice, if they're across the street still practicing Little League, he'll go over there and talk to those kids and spend time with them, or he'll go watch them on Saturday morning. You enjoy seeing good things happen for those type of kids, and it's why you get in the business. The winning's great, but it's the relationships you get to form with kids like this. It makes it the most fun.
Now, a lot of people are not aware, and I wasn't aware until your mom made me aware.
Yeah.
You're actually legally deaf.
Yes, sir.
And she was worried for you to play a sport like football growing up because of that disability. And one thing I'm going to say, there's no disability. You're out there doing big things. And
yes, sir.
How have you been able to overcome that, and how important is football, a part of your life?
It's a big deal. Takes a lot of my time. Like, it's something I look forward to. But, I mean, without the help of my teammates and stuff, like, say, like, when we're on the field making coverages and stuff, the teammates have to make it louder so I can hear them. Mm-hmm. And the coaches have the symbols and stuff that help us get the plays out. I mean, without the teammates helping me, I wouldn't be able to get it done out there.
Coach is starting to laugh a little bit. I'm thinking some things have happened out there
when
communication might not go so well.
It's just the little small things throughout the game, when they come out in a formation and you're on the headset and then the defense coordinator says, "Tell Choate to back up," and I'm like,
No.
so you're, "Oh, Choate, back up," and you kind of realize, hey, he's really not going to hear us over here. So you're trying to get his attention and stuff like that. But, his story, you could sit for hours and listen to his testimony from when he was born and the effects of what he's had and what he's overcome. And it's amazing that he's here playing varsity football and doing not only playing but having success. So it's been fun. Like, I can't remember what game it was. He was out there, and then we had another DB who didn't have his contacts in. And so we literally had a legally deaf kid and a kid who couldn't see playing, and I'm like, what in the world is going on out here, And so it's things like that people don't realize that it make it so enjoyable, the locker room part of it, the bus ride part of it, and little stories like that only you know about. Mm-hmm. It makes it fun.
Now, Clayson, what do you think it's meant to your mom for you to be able to overcome what you have and not only do that, to play at a high level And then, like I said, being honored as the player of the week this week. I mean, she seemed,
Yeah.
she wrote a nice long paragraph to me, sweetest lady in the world, she seems like. What do you think this has all meant to her?
It's meant a lot to her. I mean, her life revolves around her kids' sports. And just seeing like me being out there, being able to overcome like my hearing loss and stuff is a big deal to her. Like she's proud of me. Like she tells me every day. So yeah, it's a big deal. It was hard to overcome, but I mean, with the help of my family, my team, it was a big deal. I got it though.
Now, I've got to ask this question, and it's not because people are mean, but I know how teammates are. Do they mess with you at all?
Yeah, I'll tell you, yeah.
What are some of the things that teammates have done to you over the years? Because I know they do it out of love, first of all.
Yeah,
because we all
yeah.
mess with each other out of love.
Yeah, like sometimes like I really like don't hear them, and they'll all the teammates will start yelling "show," and they'll all be yelling at me, and I'll just like not know what's going on, so I'm just like looking around. So yeah, so it's just.
They're not calling you names behind your back when you can't hear
No,
anything, right?
no.
Not at all.
Not that I know
Now,
of.
you haven't done anything like that, right?
Not to him.
No.
Not to him. We got a coach on our staff who can't hear very well either, and that guy gets it every day. And you know his brother, Breville.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
so he can't hear, and we give him a pretty good ribbon. Yeah, it ain't his fault, you know. But I get people talk about my bald head. People talk about all kinds of stuff on me. So it ain't like I don't give it thrown back at me as well.
For sure. I mean, that's what a locker room's all about.
It's
right?
fine. It's all in good spirit.
Of course. Now, when did you know football was your sport? I mean, first of all, is football your favorite sport?
Football and basketball, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's just whatever sport comes around. I'm just super competitive, and I love being able to do that in any sport I can. So it really doesn't matter what sport it is. I'm still going to try my hardest.
His favorite sport's motocross.
Yeah.
Really?
Ask him how many bones he's broken on dirt bikes.
I can't tell you. Yeah.
Name off a few.
Both my arms, my wrist, I've broken multiple bones in my wrist, my leg, my nose, and
I've tried to tell him to stay off the dirt bikes, but they don't listen.
So-
Kids these days don't listen.
During the athletic season, do you stay away from that dirt bike?
yeah. Once school sports started, kind of 7th grade, I slowed down.
Kind of
riding a little
hesitated
bit.
there for a little bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I slowed down riding once school sports started.
Okay.
I try to stay off the bike.
Try. See, now it's
Yeah, I
gone from
try.
I stay off to a try.
There's no doubt you'll get a phone call, or you'll get a text, or he'll come to you and say, "Hey, look, I got a dirt bike race this weekend," and I'm like, I don't even want to come out of the house. I don't want to listen to what's going to happen. But you know, he loves doing it, and so it doesn't make sense to me, you know, especially with all the injuries that he's had doing it. But he loves doing it, and I'm supporting him 100% as long as it's after football season.
So say, how good are you? Because you seem like you're getting hurt a lot. I'm just asking.
I used to be ranked 21st in the world.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and I mean I've slowed down since
21st
then.
in the world.
Is that good?
That's not bad, right?
Right. Yeah. But when I was doing that, I was missing almost every day of the week during school. Like my mom was having to go to court every week just because I kept missing school. So it was just every single thing was like a hustle. Like every single weekend we were going to different states racing and stuff. So it took all my time.
Right.
Like growing up, I didn't play football growing up. I started playing 6th grade. And I mean, I still missed almost every game.
So we can see where his real love is.
Oh yeah,
It's on the dirt bike. So
I know all about it.
Is that something when you're done with high school, you think you're going to get back into that really serious?
Maybe after college.
After college?
I
At
got to
least
get
he's putting
through
the
college
education
first. Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I got to get through college first.
Now, Coach, in this time of when it's the specialized athlete, where they always talk about focusing on your one sport and honing your craft, I'm still old school. I think kids should play as many sports as they can and as many sports as they love. What do you feel about that?
I'm on board with you. I mean, I think all the research that's out there will support it. And, you know, these kids, most of them in high school are not going to play past high school. That's just reality. And so you get 4 years. I had a coach tell me one time, you get 4 years, they don't call you back when you're 50 and ask you to come play. So if you enjoy doing it and you can help your teammates and you can help the program be successful, I'm for do everything. You know, these college recruiters that come in my office in the spring, they ask like, you know, a couple of questions. One is he eligible to even get into college? Can he make the grades? Number two, what kind of kid is he? You know, number three, what other sport does he play? You start listening to these head coaches, even in baseball, they like recruiting football kids because of the mental toughness part of it. Or, you know, go ask basketball, football coaches, they like kids because it's a well-rounded, it teaches you things. It's different abilities for different sports, and it's just a competitive thing that they like to see. So I'm at a small school like Orangefield, we can't afford to have our better kids not play. You know, for all of our programs to be successful, we encourage our kids to play as much as they want to play. So I'm as multi as you can get. It's our job as coaches to figure out how to make it work for kids, you know, because we get kids that run track. We have kids that runs track, plays golf, and does baseball at the same time. Well, it's all going on. And so that's our job to figure out what practice he can make or whatever routine. And so I like it where we're at because we still have a lot of the mentality of most of our kids play multiple sports, not all, but most. And so that's one of the great things about being where we're at.
I'm going to ask you one last thing. His legs are getting tired. You should see him. He's working his legs right now. Not used to standing up that long. That's a good sign. That means your defense isn't on the field that long.
That's
That's a
right.
good sign. See, that's what we're going to turn that into. Now, do you have any options at the next level of college at this point, or do you have any dreams of just trying to get in there at some level?
I definitely want to play next level, but no, I really don't have like I'm open to go anywhere that wants me to play for them. I just need someone to show interest in me wanting to play for them too. I mean, I'm thinking on walking on a couple places, but as far as people being like talking to us directly, no, not yet.
Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of guys that make it through it still without getting those offers. More importantly, have you thought about your career, what you want to major in, anything like that?
Yes, sir. Marketing.
Marketing.
Yes, sir.
This guy's going to sell us something, right?
I don't even know what that involves. So, I know he'll probably do good at it and make a lot of money and be successful, but as far as what that actually entails, go get him, man.
Go get All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot for coming by.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks
Yes,
for having
sir.
us again.
Best of luck against East Chambers coming up this week. Orangefield East Chambers. It's going to be one of the games we are featuring on the 409 Sports Blitz. Tyler Segerman will be out there with live post-game reports. So if you win, look out. He's going to have the microphone ready to go.
Yes, sir.
I'll point him right at this show.
There you go. All right. Thanks for joining us here on 409 Sports X's and O's. We'll see you next week.